On today's episode of Chicago Bears Now, I dive into some fresh cut candidates for the Bears after the Hall of Fame game. 5 players that could be on the chopping block as things progress throughout the preseason. So let's go ahead and dive on into it here. First guy is Dominique Robinson. And if you're watching live, I mentioned this earlier when we talked about the Hall of Fame game winners and losers. He's just invisible, man. He never flashes. You never watch a player and you're like, whoa, there's Dom Rob. Like even Austin Booker once or twice you noticed him. But it's just year 3 now. PFF, kudos to them for tracking preseason things. 15 snaps, didn't record a stat. His overall grade for PFF was 37. His pass rush was like 60, 61, so I guess they thought he had 1 or 2 decent rushes. But, yeah, it's, I know this is a thin position group right now, and I still think adding a vet in some regard makes sense. I don't see how Dom Rob helps this team. I mean, guys that are clearly better, Montez Sweat, DeMarcus Walker, I think Austin Booker's already better. I think Khalid Kareem's better. We didn't see Jake Martin last night, but he was having a good camp before he hurt his foot. Dom Rob, I don't see his path to this roster anymore. Dante Pettis. Different, but the same in the sense of his path to making this roster feels difficult. And again, when you're fighting for a 53-man roster spot, it sounds a little tough, but you kind of have to play perfect, at least in the sense of no big mistakes. And when the only time we saw Pettis in the Hall of Fame game was once on a crossing route, ball was a little high, incomplete. And the second time was he muffed a punt. Not good. Not good at all. Team has a lot of options at returner, a lot of guys competing at receiver. And it's even tougher when a guy like Collin Johnson steals the show. Not only does a guy you're competing with for a roster spot ball out, but you have a catastrophic mistake in that same game. I know they evaluate the full camp, the full preseason and all that, but if you're just comparing those 2.5 quarters, almost 3 quarters of play, ask anybody who has a better chance to help you out, Collin Johnson or Dante Pettis. Would anybody with a real set of eyes say Dante Pettis? The answer is no. So he's in trouble. He's going to have to really play well the rest of the way, and we'll see if he's able to do it. Name a notable Bears player that will get cut. And when I say notable, I mean don't mention 88th guy on the 90-man roster that no one's ever heard of, right? Like Dante Pettis, notable player. He was on the 53 a couple years ago. Collin Johnson, we know him. Like names that the average Bears fan would know. So drop a name down in the comment section below on a notable guy that you think could get cut. If you want to cut back on your spending, you can do so with Rocket Money. Go download the app today, rocketmoney.com/Bears. Now, Rocket Money has over 500 million, or they have saved over $500 million for their 5 million customers and counting, because they'll help you cancel subscriptions you no longer want. List them out all on your screen. Once you download the app, sync up your bank account, and you're going to find that you're spending way more per month than you probably realized on subscriptions, and they've saved people over $500 million, up to $740 per year you can save with Rocket Money by canceling those subscriptions, negotiating to lower bills by switching service providers, and other things as well, like setting budgets. Rocket Money's terrific, and I know most banks have their own app now, but they're kind of limited on what you can do. Rocket Money does it all. Like you can search things by category on your spending. You can set budgets. You can check your credit score all the time. You can cancel subscriptions without going directly through the thing you're trying to cancel. They'll do it for you. You can, like I said, forgot about this little tidbit. When you set your budgets, will send you weekly reminders on your phone. Hey, Harrison, you are overspending this week. Scale back. Because, listen, it's hard to keep track of how much exactly you're spending on a day-to-day basis, especially if you're me and you got a 15-month at home and a house mortgage and a wife and a cat and all this crap you're spending on all the time. I love the cat, obviously, but listen, it's you got to choose on what you're spending on. RocketMoney.com/Bears now. I'm going to help you do all that. Go check it out. Link is in the comments and in the description. Save some money with Rocket Money. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. All right, Travis Homer is next up, and he didn't play. He got banged up the other day. And, I just I watched Khalil Herbert and Roschon play. They're obviously, Roschon's making this team as a 4th-round pick last year. Herbert, who's been rumored as a potential trade or cut candidate, are you going to cut him to keep Travis Homer? I don't see that. I mean, maybe they would trade him for the right pick. And then even a guy like Demetric Felton looked pretty good last night. I don't know, man. I think Travis Homer could be in trouble. I've mentioned you can save, I think, $2 million by cutting him as well. I feel like we saw more from Felton last night than we've ever seen from Homer in the offense, at least. I thought he showed some juice as a pass catcher and on a couple of carries. It's nothing against Homer. It's just he makes more than the vet minimum, and if someone that makes the vet minimum can provide what he can, why would you not save the money? So if he doesn't get healthy soon and start showing something, I think he could be in trouble. I'm going to reveal 2 at once here. Jaylon Jones and Josh Blackwell. Josh Blackwell and Jaylon Jones have been 2 good players on this team, mostly on special teams, UDFA guys from a couple of years ago. And they're entering the final year of their 3-year UDFA contracts. The issue now is not necessarily that they're way better or way worse than Leon Jones or Reddy Stewart, but these UDFAs, I think, are showing just as much, if not more, than what we've seen from Jones and Blackwell as defensive backs. Now, maybe Jones and Blackwell are clearly better special teamers still, so that's fair to question. But the point is if things are equal, are you going to roll with Jones and Blackwell or 2 UDFA rookies that you can start cheap 3-year minimum contracts with? You know what I'm saying? You got to put yourself in the mind of Ryan Poles and roster management. If Josh Blackwell and Reddy Stewart are exactly the same, I would rather have Reddy Stewart because I have 3 years of cost control with him for no money. Josh Blackwell is a free agent after this year. Jaylon Jones is a free agent after this year. You see what I'm saying? So, they might trust Jones and Blackwell more because they've been in the league 3 years, and that's fair, and you're trying to win. I get that. But if it's close or if it's equal, I'm rolling with the young guys because they don't cost me as much money, and I have them under cost control for 2 more years. So that's where I'm at. I think the point in general is you have a ton of corner depth. You might keep 6 or 7 guys here. I like Greg Stroman. I like Blackwell and Jones. I like Stewart and Leon Jones, both who played well in the Hall of Fame game. You already got Jaylon Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, Terrell Smith, who I haven't even mentioned is a good player. You got a lot of corners, man, and they're going to have to pick and choose on who they keep. But these 2 UDFA rookies keep making plays. Keep an eye out. They're showing something here. How many corners will the Bears keep? What say you? Let us know in the comment section down below how many corners you think the Chicago Bears will keep. Don't forget to subscribe to our 2 YouTube channels that I host here at Chat Sports, of course. The one you're watching right now, Chicago Bears Now, trying to get to 96,000 subs by the Buffalo Bills game on Saturday the 10th. Help us get there. And 4 Verts, we recently crossed 1,000 subs. Would love to get to 2K ASAP. NFL and college football content over there. Give us a subscription to both. They're free. Links to both are in the chat. You're obviously already watching Bears Now, so just click the sub button. Check out the link in the chat. In the comments and description for 4 Verts, and go subscribe over there as well.